Ready.
As you can hear, Cameron is ready. I'm ready too. Hey guys, welcome to the All Night Gamers podcast. Hi, hello, hi. Hope you're doing well. Episode 164. How you doing? Uh, yeah, we're ready. We're here. It's gonna be a long show, so strap in. We got a whole bunch of stuff. The schedule's been weird, as you guys know. So definitely got a lot to catch up on. A
Dive
lot of
right
things been
in.
happening.
Yeah.
GTA6 dropped. That whole shit happened. We'll go over that. Game Awards coming up on Thursday. Got into Super Nintendo World news. Epic won't stop talking, so we're not going to stop talking either. And a bunch more stuff.
Ew.
So strap in. Welcome to the show. Hope you guys are doing well. How are we doing this week?
Tired.
I hit my foot on one of my uh holders for my bed. Whatever.
Feet?
The
You hit your foot on
the
a feet
feet.
on the feet.
I got yeah, or like the middle feet. I don't. That's why I'm like I don't know what that's called. Whatever feet works. Yeah. So got a nice little bruise.
Love that.
So I'm like I don't want to. I was like, well, that's the way to get me to be awake for work, I guess. Pain. Pain's a good way to be awake.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't like it, but it is certainly a way to be awake.
I found out late last week that I'm
otherwise.
traveling to Cedar Rapids again next week.
Again.
The entire week. It's literally Sunday through Saturday. Because the way it's set up, and I really can't say much about it, but I'll be working until basically too late to fly out on Friday. Because the Cedar Rapids airport is not that big. Shocker. So
Shocker.
yeah, so I will have to fly out like Saturday morning, I think, like 8:45 or something, which is not too bad. But yeah, I have to leave on Sunday to get up there for the whole work week, and everything's going on at work, and I can't do all of it because I'm flying up there. So my manager's having to do like half my job for me. It'll be fun, but
Nice.
I'm not looking forward to being up there next week. It's for sure going to be miserable and cold, I assume. I actually haven't checked the weather. I don't know if I want to, but I guess I will. But anyway, that's unrelated to this.
Manager, don't mess it up.
Oh no, well, she's not the problem. I'm not worried about her, but I definitely am. Oh my God, right now it's 34 degrees up there. I looked, and let's see, Saturday it's so
Thermals.
the night before I get there, it's gonna snow, so I might. No, it'll probably melt by the time I land. But yeah, the high on the day I get there is 35 degrees.
Oh, gross.
The high the following day is
Good luck
38 with
that.
lows in the low 20s. So definitely got to make sure I pack my cold weather for that. Yeah, not fun. Not too bad otherwise though. All right, let's get right into it. So, Game Awards are this Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Central. Will be approximately 2.5 to 3 hours. So I think the pre-show is at 6:30. I think the actual show starts at 7. But I'm not 100% sure.
I got Thursday off to watch it with y'all.
Nice.
Yeah, let's go.
Huge.
There's also going to be fewer games teased ahead of the show compared to past shows, as there are more new game reveals this time around, which is good. I like to hear that. This better not be an ad fest like it was last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
I mentioned this in a comment or something similar. I was like, look, my buddies and I have been watching every show since it came out in 2014, since this started. And our biggest complaint is it's too long, but if it's going to be that long, then at least show all of the awards, not just put it in the bottom corner.
Yeah.
Your favorite
Um,
whatever doesn't matter.
And stop
We got
showing
paid.
stupid ass movie trailers during. Nobody cares. It's the Game Awards.
Yeah, go away.
That's the movie awards.
What are the movie awards? Is that the Emmys?
Yeah.
Golden Globe?
Kind of.
I-
Which one's the music
Both.
one?
It means television.
Country Music Awards.
Mm, Okay, Emmys is television. Golden Globe is film, but also television.
Film or television. Okay. What am I thinking of that is the music one? God.
Academy Awards with the
No.
giant gold statue.
Uh,
Oscars?
Oh,
no,
that's for
there's
actors.
Oscars is the pure film one, right? Or is that also film and television?
No, that's
The Grammys. That's what I'm thinking about. Grammy Awards. That's the music one I'm thinking of. Also, the Game Awards security will be tightened to prevent another stage invasion. I'm glad they announced that. That's usually not something you announce because now people are like, gamers are incels, bro. Don't tell them that. That's encouragement.
Don't.
That's an encouragement announcement. Can't wait
What
to...
about his? What about wait? What was it he said? My Rabbi Joe Biden.
Rabbi Joe Biden.
Is that what he said? It was something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember. Maybe someone will make their way on the stage and just open up their jacket, like their blazer, and it's just filled with bugs, like of all just all kinds of bugs.
It is. I know
And
I know Joe Biden, Rabbi Michael Fields. So that's what you're thinking.
Mhm.
Or
Look, I feel like
I think.
the only way to up the ante after last year is if someone comes in like just dressed as like a random villain, doesn't matter what villain, and then just pulls off releasing like a gazillion bugs. Just scare the crap out of
The
everybody.
suit is made of bugs.
See, look, just go for Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. He's already made of bugs.
You'd be arrested.
I think you're gonna be arrested no matter what. I don't think that's what you have to do to get arrested. But hey, I mean, if you're gonna get arrested, you might as well, right?
Yeah, scare the crap out of everybody.
10,000 ladybugs is a million ladybugs.
I'm so glad I'm not the one that said it. Makes me happy. My diseased mind is spreading. So yeah, we will. Well, we're gonna go. We've got one more run through of the of Game of the Year awards. We'll do what we typically do. So last week we did our voting for what we want to win. This year we'll do a final look at the big awards that we care about. Who do we think is gonna actually win? And we'll talk about the show next week and who actually won all that stuff. And then the Game Awards will finally be over. So we're starting to pile up, and by pile up I mean 2. We have 2 finishing topics that we've been waiting to use and haven't because Game of the Year. So finally be able to get into those. But anyway, I feel like this is obligatory. I had to play that because GTA 6, woo, and GTA 6, I know we're not the biggest crowd for that, but GTA 6 is actually announced. It actually leaked early, so, and then I think it was like within the hour or something, maybe within 2 hours, Rockstar was like, you know what, screw it.
They're quick. It was a very fast turnaround out there.
Yeah, they were just like, you know what, screw it, now. We'll do it now. Do it live. So they just dropped everything early. So the trailer is out now. The trailer is set to break the record for the most views on YouTube in 24 hours, beating out BTS, which I'm so cheering for. Let's go. Beat BTS.
W.
Huge dub if that happens. It hasn't happened yet, but it's on pace for it. It already broke the record for most views in 24 hours for a game trailer.
Not also for not a music video.
Really?
Because that was Mr. Beast, and then like within 8 hours, it was already like 2 million below that, and it surpassed that obviously. So Look, if people would stop siphoning the views off of the actual trailer, we would win. Gamers would win.
Yeah, but how are
True.
all
Rise
the
up, gamers.
shitty YouTube news channels gonna make any money? They're not making any money
Yeah,
off of
Cameron.
it.
Who cares?
They care. It's free
Yeah,
content.
don't you care about?
It's just
Don't you care
theft. It's
about the
just a little
gamers?
theft.
Yeah, just a little
It's
fast.
just a little.
It's
Not
like
gonna
it's like
hurt
a treat.
nobody.
It's just a little treat. Pay my light bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is coming out 2025, which is so funny. I've loved the memes of that. They're like announcing GTA 6, 2025. And we were joking about it at work today. I was like, here's what's going to happen. We're going to get to say, we're going to get to like late next year, and they're going to give us a date or a month. They're going to say like spring or like April. And then what's going to happen is they're going to push it back to like August, and then we're going to get to July. They're going to be like 2026. That's my that's my full prediction. But yeah, it's coming in 2025. It's set in Leonida, a fictional state that
Florida.
includes Vice City and other areas, expanding the game's scope beyond Vice City.
It's Florida.
So this is just
It's
Vice
fictional
City with
Florida.
extra steps.
Yes.
Great. And also
Did
it's
you
not...
see them gator the snow?
See them what?
Gators. They're fighting
it's
gators in the
Florida.
trailer.
Of course they are. Yeah, it's GTA6. I cannot wait. Like, now that society, even compared to 10 years ago when GTA 5 came out, has become so devolved in terms of, like, what's just socially acceptable. Like how Instagram is like, Instagram Reels is a collection of murders and porn. And that's just like, okay. Like everybody.
Also, YouTube.
YouTube Shorts is a whole nother. I don't even know if there are words to describe YouTube Shorts. But yeah, like how everybody's just like, that's fine. And then there's like 200 million people just in the United States that watch that stuff every day, including myself. That's probably what's wrong with me. Yeah, like there's just no telling what's going to be happening in GTA 6. I'm kind of excited to see like what the most deranged shit is that's in this game. It's not coming to PC at launch. That is a shocker.
They're
They said-
pissed.
Like
They said we can't get this to balance.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's partially because of them not wanting people to mod the game initially.
So that they don't have the bad press.
And or they're like taking the time to optimize it for PC even a little bit would push this deadline past 2025. So maybe by 2025 they mean like October 2025. There's no telling.
There's so many different PCs and ones to optimize, and the PC crowd will get mad at that. But like, it is a lot harder to optimize. Because everybody's got a billion different components.
Yeah, because otherwise you'd have a monopoly, and then you just have the console.
Yeah. So if GTA 6 releases in 2025, if GTA 5 took 2 years to go to PC from console. So 2027, if you want to play it on
lucky.
PC.
Yeah, if we're lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, let's be fair.
Red Dead Redemption took a year, but like they should probably follow the 2 years because I remember us talking about the horrible launch on PC for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on that whole thing. I remember a couple weeks ago when we went over the Alan Wake. It might have been like a month ago at this point. The Alan Wake 2 performance on PC and like how basically anything under a 30 series card can't really run it very well. I think that's a bit much. You can't tell me it's that hard. I understand like maybe we shouldn't try to optimize it for a GTX 970. Okay, move up a little bit. Buy a 10 series. Those things were out in like 2016. But I think it's not. It's also it can't be that hard to optimize it for like a 1080 Ti or something.
Mm.
I don't know.
Like, make it worthwhile for people to actually invest in their computers instead of just being like, "Oh, what do you mean you don't have the newest gear?"
Yeah, like
Oh,
I'm not saying just like, oh, well, just put it out for 40 series cards and call it a day or whatever. I know it's more complex than
Yeah.
that, but like you can draw a line that is sensical and also does not take that much time to optimize. I'm confident in that. Like, sure, the like 9 series graphics cards and an Intel 4th gen might not keep up with it. Yeah, don't try to do that. But like stuff that's come out within the last 7 years is like minimum. I don't think it's that hard.
No. No.
Mm.
Money for the industry, Grant.
Yeah, but it costs more. It costs probably an additional 15%. God forbid. But regardless, it is finally happening. The trailer is out now. And
Yeah.
if this is the first time you're hearing about it, you really should probably consume a little bit more internet. I don't recommend that often, but
Just a smidge. I will say for PC, especially if they're actually trying to optimize it, if it lasts as long as GTA 5 has, then it's not going to matter that it's a year or two behind, anyways. And if they can milk it, they will. Because wasn't one of the rumors on the last show that they're doing a theme park in GTA 6?
Oh, Spider-Man.
wait, what? Say that again.
Spider-Man. What?
Right?
In GTA 6, there's going to be like a Disney World-esque theme park
Oh.
because
yeah,
it's
that's pretty
Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like with stuff like, especially with it being based on Florida, right? Like there's so many theme parks. You could just build those and sell it as DLC.
I wonder if you can smoke bath salts in GTA 6.
cool.
Oh my gosh. Imagine.
So yeah, it's officially announced. Can't wait to talk about it every week now for the next 2 years. Maybe a bit of a curse in
The new Microsoft.
blessings
The
clothing.
new Microsoft.
Rockstar. No, I don't know. No one's gonna be like Microsoft. Speaking of Microsoft,
New Stadia.
we've talked about headlines like this previously, and I think in rather recent weeks. But Microsoft came out with another statement about how they want Game Pass on PlayStation, Nintendo, and quote every screen possible. It's a bit of a change of strategy, end quote. So
And now they're saying they didn't say that.
no, this was the CFO.
So basically, they're like kind of what I think we've sort of predicted this. Like I know we've talked about Microsoft a shit ton on this show, and like how much Game Pass is crucial to their success. And I would not be surprised if they like they do the Xbox really is just like a platform to buy if you don't have one, which is why it probably sells so poorly. But do you think you know how much money they could make if Game Pass was on Switch?
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
Oh
You
my
know how
god.
much money Nintendo and Sony would lose if they let Game Pass on their consoles?
It depends on what's on Game Pass though, because if it's just like indies and such, then
They would lose
Nintendo's
money.
no, because they'd make Microsoft give them however much of the whatever percentage is on their
Yeah, I mean,
platform.
if a deal like this went through, PlayStation and Nintendo wouldn't sign up for a
Just
crappy deal. I don't think they're smarter than that. And
No,
then, and if
especially not
anybody knows how
Nintendo.
much of a
I mean-
snake Microsoft is, it's those companies. But
I'm just thinking about how indies would lose. Say, yeah, it's great at first, and then we lose a bunch of money.
oh yeah,
because we don't-
developers would probably get fucked a lot. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they already
So,
are. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, they're
Because it's the
really
same deal that they have with Epic.
uh
It helps get awareness for the game, but that money never actually gets back to them
No, it
because
does
everyone's already
do.
bought it for but it's already been we have it for free. Why would I pay for it?
you know what I'm really surprised in is that Microsoft hasn't made more of an effort to get Game Pass on the Steam Deck.
I think it's Steam saying no. They don't want it.
I wouldn't be surprised. Um, but
They
like,
want the money.
if there's like one market that really kind of makes sense, it's the PC mobile, like
PC gamers.
Steam Deck, RG
Yeah.
Ally kind of thing. I bet the RG Ally can do it. But like the main Steam Deck, I don't know, make an app on Steam, put it up, put Game Pass on Steam, and try to run that. That seems like an easy strategy. Um, and also it would give you a chance to test the waters on mobile Game Pass kind of thing, figure it out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I think we're all in agreement that that's never going to happen. But who knows? I mean, like, maybe if Microsoft theoretically, let's just say they stop making Xboxes and they solely focus on Game Pass and become more of a third party kind of situation, I wouldn't really. I'd be surprised if they went that route, but I wouldn't be surprised that it would work. Like
Microsoft is all in on that digital future. That's what that's why they're buying out companies now.
No,
So
their
if
big
they could
problem.
uh
You got to remember they haven't raised PC Game Pass ever, but they've more than doubled the price of Xbox Game Pass.
it's because they know PC gamers aren't going to do it.
Right. So if they got rid of their console, they would lose money.
No. They're not going to get
no.
rid. They're not going to get rid of it. They're going to make it, uh, the new Stadia.
I heard you
That
say no, but you got to remember this from the look point of investors. It would lose money because number would go down.
Well, like the reason I say no is because yeah, like you're not selling as much Game Pass because you don't have your own platform anymore, but the amount of money that goes into developing and producing a console is so much. Microsoft and PlayStation both sell their consoles at a loss. So like and that's just the selling it, much less the designing and
marketing
development
and
and marketing,
designing.
yeah, all that stuff, all the stuff that goes into producing a product, much less a highly complicated product like a game console. Um, there's a lot of money to be saved there by not fooling with it. That's kind of that was the argument that people were pushing all over the internet when Nintendo was eating ass on the Wii U, uh, because they wouldn't have to worry about the physical hardware. They just focus on the software and the pushing thing. And I wouldn't be surprised if that actually does make them money on Microsoft's end. But I don't know. I think it's going to be a while before Microsoft gives up on the idea of them having physical hardware.
Yeah.
Even if it just becomes a Stadia box.
Yeah. Also, they might do that. I wouldn't be surprised if they make an Xbox that. Well, I mean, I don't know. They kind of already do that. Isn't the Series X really
The X
or the Series S?
S,
But it's
That
a
sounds
shitty
right.
one because only
it's
recently
pretty close.
did they come out with one that's a terabyte, and it's so expensive that you might as well get a Series X. Like it doesn't make sense for the current product lineup, but I wouldn't be surprised if they make a stream box like
Yeah.
Stadia.
Yeah. Stadia.
And then quote from Phil Spencer, quote, "We have no plans to bring Xbox Game Pass to PlayStation or Nintendo when speaking on console hardware, the future of Activision Blizzard, and much more." And I'm pretty sure I read something similar to this, and it seems to be that it's like not them not having plans. Like it's not under their control. Like they obviously want to, but they're not they don't have plans to because they know that the other companies don't want to do that. Apparently, Xbox spends over $1 billion a year on Game Pass. What's that? Like fucking 5% of their revenue?
Maybe.
Microsoft total revenue 2022. $198 billion in revenue, 83 billion in operating income. Yeah, so I think literally what's oh god, math time. 1 over 200. That is 0.5% of their global revenue of last year. So, sounds like a lot of money, but Xbox President Sarah Bond may be hinting towards some new Xbox 360 backwards compatible titles. We're bringing it back. What's left?
Again?
Huge.
I don't recall there
Bad
being all that
games.
much that didn't get added that people really wanted.
Bad games.
Scrunt.
Snickle, snickle.
So yeah, Xbox is all over the. It feels like every time we talk about them, they're just all over the fucking place. This, that, we want to do
Right.
this, but we can't. It costs a lot of money, but we make a lot of money. Gamers don't want to play games, but they actually do want to play
Gamers
games.
hate games.
Yeah, gamers don't know what they want, but we hear you, we listen to you. Speaking of stupid companies, Ubisoft accidentally released Beyond Good and Evil Remaster. They remember that they don't do that sort of thing. They attempt to scrub all traces of it from the internet, which you know works very well. And then they gave up and released it anyway. Cool.
Yeah, like, oh.
How many times do we have to go through this before people or companies realize that scrubbing things from the internet does not work?
It really doesn't.
We will just keep doing
Unless
it
you're,
until the heat death of the universe.
unless it's your whatchamacallem, Tenement Square.
What?
Bro, you can't just bring that up.
Just pulling out the human tragedy on the podcast. Do a little massacre.
Bro, what are you talking about? Nothing happened.
This is totally unrelated, but did you guys know that Subaru makes helicopters for Japan's military? Isn't that crazy how
No, I did
vertically
not.
those
That
dude
is-
Japanese companies are so fucking vertically integrated. I
Yeah.
learn a fact like that like a couple times a year, and I'm like, what the hell?
I think it's Yamaha, right? That does motorbikes and instruments, right?
Yamaha does motorbikes and pianos and ATVs and boat motors and so much stuff. A bunch of small engine
that's-
applications and also a large part of musical industry. Because it's not just pianos. They make drums. They make all sorts. They make saxophones.
Yeah, no, they go crazy.
I'm trying to find some more info about this release, but we're all just like, well, how much is it? What is it? So they gave up. So they didn't release it anyway, but they released the announcement of it. It's coming in early 2024. They tweeted from @BGE Game, Beyond Good and Evil Game. I love that has its own Twitter. Well, looks like the cat's out of the bag, dagnammit. Happy 20th anniversary to Beyond Good and Evil. While we cannot wait to show you more about this special edition, more news to come in early 2024. I can't wait to see how butchered that is. That's going to be so bad. I just know it. It's Ubisoft. It has to be.
I hope so.
It always is.
I love Ubisoft killing themselves, bro.
Guys, let's be real here. They're gonna add rabbits.
Beyond Good
W.
and Rabbids.
Yeah, good in rabbits.
The PlayStation Pulse Explorer earbuds are incredibly mid. I wanted to bring this up because we were joking about it before with the PlayStation Portal. If you don't know, the PlayStation Portal does not support Bluetooth. Does have a 3.5 millimeter jack, so you can use wired headphones. But the only wireless option is through PlayStation Link, which is basically Bluetooth but not. And it only works on these earbuds and their Pulse Explorer headset that I don't know. I think it's coming out at the same time. Note these headbuds are $200, which is the same price as the Portal, and they suck. I read some reviews. The one I'm referencing for the show is from PC Mag, but there's a bunch of them out there. The true wireless PlayStation Pulse Explorer earphones attempt to do double duty for music and PlayStation 5 gaming, but fall short due to frustrating design choices. Pros: crisp, clear audio and a good microphone. Cons: poor design, very expensive, mediocre battery life, and the balance won't satisfy audiophiles or bass fans. Which, if you're Sony, that's kind of important. Audiophiles are like kind of your market. Like Sony wants to compete with they want to compete with like Bose and Klipsch and JBL and stuff. Like, so yeah, I think I said this in the chat. The Apple-esque approach of Sony with this is trash.
Yeah.
The case is stupid and has like a sliding cover.
That's gonna snap off.
Yeah. And also it comes with an adapter, USB-A dongle to use for PC or PS5, which it amazes me that the PS5 does not support PlayStation Link, which you think it would. But
Just
I guess
update it to do so.
the OG headset for PS5 has a dongle, so I guess these do too. Dongled earbuds. Good God. You can't make any adjustments to the EQ. Let's see. These earphones do 5 hours of battery life on a charge, and the case can hold another 10 hours.
Dang.
But they're comparing it to their other earphones that Sony makes, the WH-1000 XM5s, which I have the headset, the over-ear version of, and those are good headphones. Those are 12 hours on a charge and 24 in the case. These, they're not IP rated, so don't use them for when you're getting. Like, don't use them for gym or stuff. They're not protected from that, which is great. And yeah, they don't use Bluetooth. That's the stupidest thing. They don't.
Why would you?
This is all trash.
Look, okay, I can understand Disney basically doing their own Bluetooth for the Magic Bands, because while you're not what the hell else are you gonna need a Magic Band for? But like headphones, seriously?
Also, like the Portal is a streaming device, and from all the reviews I've seen of it, the streaming is hit or miss. So like when the audio is already not going to be max quality, and you add in clipping and cutting and whatever from the stream quality being poor, like you're not getting the best audio anyway. Why are you doing this? Just buy some no-name wired earbud. Don't buy the PlayStation Portal. That's my point. Use your phone. Use your phone. Use your earbuds that you already have. Buy a backbone or something. Don't do this. This is horrible. 2.5 out of 5. No, like the backbone one. I mean,
no,
yeah. Also, do get an actual backbone and don't buy this. Yeah, I like that.
If you're actually considering buying these, please actually get a backbone.
Yeah. So, on to some cooler news. The Donkey Kong expansion is opening in Super Nintendo World Japan in the spring of 2024.
Let's go.
Bunch of merch coming. Got new amiibo bands, both for Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. There's a headband, little canisters, puzzles, barrels, little pillows, snacks, all sorts of stuff.
Huge.
And yeah, it'll be really exciting to see. I'm so excited to get a Super Nintendo World over here.
Dude, we've got to go as close to opening as all of us can manage.
Yeah, we'll have to figure
Like,
something
together.
out.
Yeah, but can you imagine how bad that will be?
Yeah,
It's going to be bad regardless. There was someone that posted on r/amiibo that they went to Japan's recently and couldn't get the fast pass or whatever you need to get in. I'm like, huh, bad. That's been open for over 2 years.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be ugly whenever we
Like-
figure it out. We might have to wait for some cooldown, but we'll definitely do it within
Yeah.
a reasonable amount of time.
Like
Look, guys,
6 months.
big brain. We'll go in December. Nobody will think to go to Nintendo World in December when everyone's doing Christmas.
That's when people
True.
travel. That's holiday. That people are off school.
That's- yeah.
We got to go in like September.
Next Cameron's gonna say summer.
Summer,
Spring
yeah.
spring break.
Listen,
W.
viewers. Please go during summer and spring break and all the other busy seasons. There's not actually any downtime anymore. Please just go during the busy seasons.
End of August. We should do it.
Oh yeah.
Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince is sold out at retail in Japan. SE Square Enix recommends buying a
Correct.
digital copy. That game is really that big over there? I mean, it is Dragon
I guess
Quest, so.
Yeah.
But the title makes it lead like a spin-off. Is that like the next game in the series?
I think they would have called it 12, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean Dragon Quest Monsters is a spin-off of Dragon Quest, but yeah, dang.
Is it Pokemon? Become a
Yeah.
powerful monster angular. It's Pokemon.
It's Pokemon. Easy money.
I'm looking at a Reddit post about this, and they bring up a good point on here. Everyone's like, like they're amazed at how little media coverage this game has gotten, and that checks out because I have not heard about this game at all until right now. So,
Mm.
well, when's the last time a game sold out physically in the United States? That was like a big thing. Mario 3D All Stars, maybe. That sold out for a little bit, but it came
No.
back.
But it came back.
Yeah.
Well,
But that's also a
Like, I
different thing.
know
That was like a
game-
limited release thing. Everybody, big FOMO there. So
right? My mind's like Xenoblade 2 sold out, but it took a while.
Yeah,
like,
that
probably-
wasn't fast.
I don't know.
yeah, it wasn't like
I know I
pre-ordered.
could probably think of something, but I cannot think of it
Yeah,
off
I
the
mean,
top
like,
of my
that's just
head.
like. Yeah, like the only thing I can think of is Mario All Stars, and like I said, that doesn't really count because limited release BS, and it came back.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel like any of the limited, collector's editions or other such limited editions or games or whatever get to qualify for that in the same vein. But
Yeah, well,
I can't think of a game that's actually sold out like that.
and also it sold out like that, and we basically haven't heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Maybe that's why it sold out.
Maybe. I don't know. PlayStation is removing previously purchased Discovery content, and they were just like, fuck you guys. No refunds.
Hey, you don't need this.
This also is not the first time they've
that's
done
the
stuff
main
like this.
part.
I think they've gotten rid of digital content like this before. But don't worry, PlayStation thanks you for your continued support. Thanks.
This is our all digital future in the making.
Yep. And my friends look at me funny when I have a bunch of physical PS5 games.
Yep.
Cyber. Oh, you good?
Yeah. I mean, it is harder. Like as they, the games get gigantic, right? It is harder to be like, yeah, it makes sense to have physical games, but it's like somewhere that game is going to be able to be pulled down from the server because I have the physical license.
Yeah. Cyberpunk 2077's rough launch led to a massive structural overhaul at CD Projekt Red. Good. That was horrible. I'm glad there were action items out of that. And see, look where it got them. Now the Phantom Liberty DLC is banging. Everybody loves it. That game is a totally different game than it was 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Bethesda is responding to negative Starfield reviews on Steam. I would love to see what they have to say.
They have very important opinions.
Yeah, let's see what Bethesda has to say about their negative reviews on Steam.
Yes, we care about our customers. No, don't stop buying our games.
Let's see. At the time of this article that I'm looking at, which is about a week ago, 69%, nice, of the game's 80,365 reviews on the platform are positive. The rest are obviously less generous. Starfield currently sits with a mixed review status on Steam. In response to one user that called Starfield's story generic and the gameplay boring, one member of the Bethesda's customer support staff replied with a post highlighting everything players can experience in the game. Quote, "You can fly, you can shoot, you can mine, you can loot, Minecraft. Starfield is an RPG with hundreds of hours of quests to complete and characters to meet. Most quests will also vary on your character's skills and decisions, massively changing the outcome of your playthrough." Let's see. It then suggested the reviewer give the game another chance, but this time try different characters with different backgrounds. You will feel like you're playing a totally different game. Put points and different skills from a character you previously created, and you're now faced with a completely different decision-making set to make, and difficulties to encounter. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't played Starfield, so don't know. None of us have, if I'm correct. And just because there's hundreds of hours of gameplay doesn't make it good, and just because it changes also doesn't make it good. Like, if it's
That Bethesda employee.
Look here, there's content.
I took that personally.
Yeah, really.
And I took that personally.
Like, hey guys, here's some content. Look, we made you content. Here, I made you some content. You know, Bo Burnham made that song for a reason. So cool. Meanwhile, another user lamented the amount of loading screens. The support team replied, imploring the viewer to, quote, "consider the amount of data for the expansive gameplay that is procedurally generated to load flawlessly in under 3 seconds."
Under 3 seconds. Bro, that means that if I sit for 20 loading screens, I've lost a minute to loading screens
I mean, like,
in modern games.
yeah, and I doubt it's just 3 seconds, because you got to
Yeah.
transition in and then transition out. It's the transition really that's more of the problem. And like, I know, look at us here complaining today when loading screens 5 years ago were
Used to be
multiple minutes.
like
Forza Horizon 4
well,
used to literally take like 2 or 3 minutes to load on my computer.
and older games are even worse. Especially like old like licensed games.
Oh,
Terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think the only thing I can truly say, regardless of if the game is actually okay or not, is that responding to people who complain about small stuff like this is not going to help.
No.
I get you're a little bent. I get you're a little heated. You know, it's your company. Maybe you like the game a lot, but
Maybe you like your company a lot. I don't know why, but you know,
arguing
maybe
on the internet never works.
ends well.
Never. Either they're not going to respond, which just leaves you mad,
Or they do respond and they're just going to entice you to be angrier.
yeah, they're going to start trolling you. Like,
Yeah.
they're just going to give up and start saying stuff to make you mad. A leaked survey from Blizzard seeks fan opinions on the acceptability of a $100 Diablo 4 add-on. Okay, what was the response?
Not good.
Let's see. So I don't think the survey has really completed yet, or they didn't announce it one way or the other. But the general consensus is fuck off. $100 for a game add-on. Crazy.
Oh, pain.
And lastly, for opening, the U.S. kids want game subscriptions and virtual currency more than actual games this Christmas. Yeah,
Stupid kid.
I mean,
I hate it, but
there-
it is true.
there's a point in the tidbits, a thing that I put that we're going to talk about that plays pretty highly into this. But TLDR is that when you make games that have a lot of gambling in them, yeah,
Yeah.
it's kids and it's gambling.
Very easy.
Checks out. But with that, on to Collector's Corner. I actually remembered the
Let's go.
segment where we go around and talk about the games been playing and the games been buying, good decisions, horrible decisions, all that good stuff. We'll switch it up. I'll go first this week. So I have I remember mentioning or thinking of something I was gonna say during this, and I can't remember. Oh yeah, I went and saw Beetlejuice, the Broadway musical. I didn't see it at Broadway. No, I'm not that rich. It came to Huntsville. My dad was in town this past weekend. Went to see an Alabama concert, which it's good. Like, it was good. It was enjoyable. Obviously, like spending time with the old man. And Alabama has a lot of really big hit music that people just don't realize is from Alabama. Dixieland Delight's a big one. They played multiple of them, but they definitely played to their audience. It was really weird. They did I swear it was like a 10-minute segment where they were doing like this Fish Dave Matthews Band style jam session where it was like just a beat and a quiet rhythm. Which normally you do when like someone's playing a solo. and everybody's riffing, jam banding. But instead of this, he was asking the crowd what kind of pickup truck they drove. There's something in the song said pickup earlier, and they're like, make some noise if you drive a GMC Sierra pickup, and everybody go, woo! And then he would sing like, GMC pickup. It was so boomer, dude. It was a little cringe. And they did that for GMC, Ford, Chevy, Dodge, and I was joking with my dad. I was like, you think they're going to ask about who drives a Toyota Tacoma? They obviously did not, but the show was good. They had a bit, I think maybe the opening band did this instead, but they did a bit about like how we stand for the flag and stuff. And that literally made me stop and Google Colin Kaepernick. And that was like 7 years ago. And we're still on that.
Oh boy.
We're still on the whole. One guy kneeled a couple times and also immediately got kicked out of the NFL, by the way. And like the NFL did everything to erase Kaepernick. So like, he's gone. He's been gone for a long time. And we're still on that. And also, they are sponsored by Kenworth, which is a manufacturer of semi-trucks, which was the funniest part to me. That's how you really know they know their audience. They had a 3-minute long ad about a mother and a son for these limited edition Kenworth semis. I'm not kidding. There's like only 900 of them being made, and you can get 2 different styles of them. It was so funny. And Beetlejuice. Say what?
Our mom has a poster signed by the Band of Alabama.
That's cool.
Also a bunch of little like bears. The little stuffed bears.
Mm-hmm.
Are they Alabama themed or is that Grateful Dead?
They have the shirt.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you're
just
gonna say bears,
Alabama with the signatures.
I hear bears.
Yeah.
I think Grateful Dead. Okay. But yeah, it was cool. And then Beetlejuice, wow, that I cannot recommend going to see that with your parents unless your parents are okay with a lot of sex jokes. Because the one I saw is not like the OG movie. It's a musical that Broadway made. And it was great. I loved it. It was hilarious. I highly recommend trying to see it if you at all can. It's super enjoyable. But he was like, an opening line. This was in like within like 2 minutes of the show starting. He was like, "I'm powerless like a gay Republican," and then stopped and looked at the crowd. And like, it's funny. There's a lot of fourth wall breaking. Like Beetlejuice acts like, he's in this scenario and the crowd is watching, and he knows like he has a crowd watching him do all this stuff. So he played into that a little bit. There was stuff. Literally, there was a line in that musical that is, "You make Daddy so angry." There's a lot of really weird sex stuff in there. It was pretty awkward because my dad was right there, but they really liked it. They're not super weird about it. And the show was really good. But anyway, brass tacks games. I beat. Did I mention I don't remember if it was last week that I did this or after the show, but I beat all the S license tracks in Gran Turismo 7 with my buddy Aaron. I got about half of them. He got the other half. And we were trying to unlock the Mazda 787B, which is a hyper race car with a 4-rotor Wankel engine in it, which is a really weird contraption, but it's super cool. It's like a legendary car. Turns out that's not the way to do it. It was fun when we doing it, and we got a cool car. And now we have a whole nother license to do from the beginning that's all wet tracks. That we probably won't do, but it was fun doing that. So I think my GT7 binge is coming to an end. I bought that Christmas Massacre game, that Schizo Christmas tree, tell you to kill your family game. That is the creepiest piece of entertainment I have ever consumed. Like, the cutscenes are anywhere from like 5 seconds to like 40 seconds. There's barely any dialogue. And when you spawn into the first level, you're a kid and you get sent to bed early, and you spawn in standing up in your bedroom with a mask on and a Santa Claus hat on, and you just hear a whisper that's like, "There's a knife in the kitchen, Larry." And then you just sit there, and the music is this really weird droning stuff the whole time. It's really dissociating. So you have, the first level you go and you sneak around, you find the kitchen, you find a knife, and then you murder a nun and a bunch of people partying. And then you just immediately get transported to the next one. And I've only played the one level fully because it's actually kind of hard. But the second level so far is just me pulling up to some house at Christmas and murdering everybody in the house.
Oh wow.
So yeah, can confirm that game is super weird and also hella worth it. It's $10 or like $12. Yeah, I recommend it. If not just for the chuckle of the schizo posting game. But I'm definitely gonna play more of it. Played Spider-Man 2, played more Vampire Survivor. Got some more unlocks there. Decent bit of Stardew Valley. I let's see, played some Mario Wonder. I did a Friendsgiving. And this was actually probably 2 weeks ago, but I didn't talk about it much. And I brought my Switch there, and we played Mario Kart and Smash, and I roasted everybody in Mario Kart, and I gave the controller away after 2 cups because I was like, I tried to tell you guys, like, this game's not fun to me anymore. Like, unless we're playing on 200cc, I'm not gonna lose, and it's not because I'm trying to be an ass. It's because I've been brutally mentally
Playing it
disfigured.
too much.
Yeah, I've played this game for like 100 hours just in 200cc, and it ruins a man, and it ruins this game. So, like,
Unless you're playing as much as I have, you're not going to be able to beat me.
yeah. And I was like, again, I'm not gloating in the slightest. This is pain. I want to have fun with you guys. I really do. But you guys are normal. So take this controller away. That was funny. I think that's about it. Oh, 1 second.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys know about the Analog Pocket, and how much I'm obsessed with that thing. Well, kind of a perfect storm happened. I have a buddy at work that recently got his, and we talk about it a lot. And he and I were both joking about getting a second one when they released those transparent, fantastic kind of colors. And neither of us did. But then they came out with a bunch more colors, which were like a bunch more fantastic colors, but not the transparent ones, just like standard colors, basically the entirety of the rainbow. And I was talking about getting one like I really wanted to, but obviously I don't need more than one, especially in this case. And he was like, well, actually, I got a buddy that wants to buy one. So what I've done is I've gotten this. It is a yellow Analog Pocket that's the same yellow as like Game Boy Color yellow. And
It's like the Pikachu yellow.
It basically is. It's awesome. The D-pad feels a little better on this one, which is weird. And also they color match the button, so it's not a weird green button on the side. But otherwise, it's the same exact pocket. So I got that one, and I've got somebody lined up to buy my white one. Now that I've got everything transferred over, so guilt-free color upgrade.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm missing. I played Metroid Fusion. I played more of that. I'm still not done with it. I'm taking so long in this game for how short Metroid Fusion is. But I think I'm like 2 or 3 big segments away from the end. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't looked it up online because I don't want to spoil it, but I'm pretty sure I'm close to the end.
The 2 remake Metroids need to be put on Switch. Zero Mission and Samus Returns.
Facts. I haven't even started
Yeah,
Zero
you can
Mission
play.
yet.
All 5 mainline games are there, but it's like, but what about the definitive?
Yeah.
I would call them definitive, but some people.
I bought Zero Mission when Metroid Dread was announced because I correctly predicted a price spike. And I still haven't even started it yet because I'm not gonna let myself start it until I beat Metroid Fusion. So
I beat Zero Mission.
slowly chipping away at it.
I beat that.
And that is about all I've got. So, Alex, you go.
Okay. So obviously the last week we went home. I went. We stayed a little longer than we should have, and then work killed me when I came back home because I had to work that day.
Ouch.
So, yeah. Oof, that was a rough day. Rough. Um, let's see. But while we were home, we played Mario Kart, obviously. I
Yeah.
downloaded a lot of games on Haley's PS5.
Nice.
I I played some Persona 5 Tactica since I was last on the podcast. Lost Judgment. Vampire Survivor. I went ahead. Well, I haven't beaten the game, even though I'm kind of close. I could go fight the final boss right now, but I was doing like the little achievements and items and stuff like that. I did go to the new map, the Winter Wonderland, whatever it is, and unlock the stuff there.
Nice.
Is that the map that kicked your butt?
What? No. You're thinking of Astral Stairs, aren't you?
Yes, apparently.
Yeah, Astral Stairs is weird. And it didn't completely kick my butt. I had, do you have the infinite time on? Or have you unlocked that?
I don't think so, no.
Probably not. Okay. So, because I usually am looking for like the items hidden in the maps, I've turned. If you get far enough, you can unlock an item that will let you go past the 30 minutes with no problem. So I usually have that on. Interestingly, though, if you go too far past, like usually it turns off the Reaper. If you go past too far on a map called Astral Stairs, though, it just keeps summoning Reapers.
Interesting.
So I eventually died because I'm playing a character I consider broken, but I've also collected a ton of golden eggs as her.
Eleanor?
No, Lumera, Eleanor can get you to Lumera.
Okay.
Like they're in the same set of DLC.
Gotcha.
And because it was on sale, and I don't know if I should have bought it, but I bought it a while ago. I bought Pac-Man World Repack. And I played it a bit, but I was like, it's short. Yeah, for a short game, it's probably gonna take me a while, just because while I was playing it, I got bored a bit.
Yeah, Pac-Man World to me has always just as like a great example of a bog standard platformer that is really fun to play if you grew up with it.
Right.
Like
Very short burst.
yeah, like
Wait.
I haven't really cared about the Pac-Man World repack because I want Pac-Man World 2. If they do that, I'll buy that day one.
Yeah.
I played that a ton
But
growing up.
it was on sale enough for me to purchase it, but like it's
Didn't you
gonna
put
take me a while to beat it.
didn't you put that on your Christmas list though?
Did I?
I think so.
Yeah.
I was just putting things on my Christmas list, so that's possible.
Whale.
Um,
I don't know. I don't know where my fish is.
You're missing a game.
What?
Overboard.
Oh, I did buy a game on the Switch shop called Overboard.
what's that?
It's an indie game where you make. So it starts off, you're playing some actress girl. She kills her husband on a boat, and you've got so long, basically how many actions you've got. But actions aren't really
You
told
have
to
a
you.
set time, but like you also don't.
You have like 8 hours to get away with it, not get caught.
Okay.
But your 8 hours time is deducted by the action you do, but different actions take different amount of time.
There's one action Alex chose. He went up because they're on a boat, right? So he went up to the captain's deck, right? To go talk to the captain. And the captain was like, "Yeah, so I'm going to be strolling, doing my rounds, but between 11 and 12." Alex's only choice would have been to have gone to his cabin so that he could do that part of the story, because he was at like 10:30, and even then, like, we still missed it.
Dang.
Just like, what do you want from me, game?
But it's fun. Like different choices give you different endings. So like, and it will be like, but here's what you need for the ending. So it's like, got away with it, so you're free. Money because you need it to be. It can't be suicide. Like they can't find it as suicide, otherwise you won't get paid by
Mm.
insurance. And the bonus one under those two is don't be blackmailed because someone knows you did it. Because on my first run, I got away with it. I got the money, and then it was like blackmail letter, and I was like,
Dang. At the last
but
second.
like your narrative goes through, so like it will put you back at the beginning, and she'll be like, she'll know what happened on the previous one. So when I started it up again, it was she said something like, blackmail, really?
Hmm.
Now I've got to find a black who it is, or something along those lines.
Interesting. Sounds like a really interesting game.
What'd you spend on that, Alex?
I do not remember.
What's the name of it
was
again?
cheap and
Overboard?
overboard.
Overboard.
8.99.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Beth.
$8.99 is what I spent on it. It's back to full price, which is
15.
$15.
Cool. I want to wishlist that. All right then, Cooper.
All right. So I played Mario Kart with them when they visited, which was really cool. It sucked because we didn't know what was confirmed and what wasn't, so I wasn't able to really get off. But for what we were able to do, it was fun. Yes, I swept in Mario Kart like usual.
What are you talking about?
Hmm.
Swept like usual.
Yeah, I'm sure you just murdered
You
them
wouldn't
all.
see. I would say what you actually swept. is Foo's floor with that mop, but you cannot mop. I had to step in and do it.
Man, dude, no, that's the thing. Like we went over to Foo's to have like dinner. End up spilling my drink.
No,
You
he
know,
specifically told everybody, "Don't embarrass me. I work here. Don't spill your drinks, guys." He
that's
crushed
because
the cup.
no, that's because we've done it 2 times. The last 2 times we've gone there as a family, we've spilt drinks. So I was like, we can't do it a third time. 3 strikes and you're out.
The monkey's paw
I
curls.
yeah, literally, like I grabbed my cup. I guess I grabbed it too hard. Exploded. Dropped my
He broke
food.
it. He did actually break a styrofoam cup just by
Dang.
grabbing it.
Okay, we're back. So Fusakli spilled the drink. Monkey's paw. What
Yeah,
else?
had to get a mop.
They made you mop.
No, I just
No,
asked for
Cooper
one. I
elected
was like,
to.
Oh,
I
they
felt
should
bad.
have. That would have been funny. Clock in for
Yeah.
7 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I just would have taken my shift basically because he's like, you suck at it, and then he took the mop from me, and then
Damn.
yeah, because Alex was literally watching me do it, and it's like, bro, it is still wet, and then he dry mopped and all that. And then the next day at work, I'm cleaning behind the fryers just because like stuff gets back there, oil, all that. So I'm cleaning it up, making sure it's all good. And then as I'm getting the mop, one of the girls looks at me and says, "Did you spill something again?"
Ouch.
I was like, "Dang." Let's see. Haven't been playing much else. I play a little bit of Brawlhalla. I don't know if I already mentioned that. I might have. Oh, and a little Rocket League. And that's about it. Not much. Oh, I got a 91 overall for computer science. That's fun.
Dub.
You also bought Lorcana.
Oh, real. I spent
Bro, why does Cameron
$70.
know more about what you guys did this week than either of you?
I
Well,
have
I'm
no
kind
idea.
of fried.
I'm kind of out of it. Yeah,
Alex slept till the podcast.
I've literally been like just
I
been
couldn't
off
Disassociation
for
is
sleep.
an
a
acceptable
while.
answer because I know it's true.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep, and then when I did finally get to sleep, I slept till the podcast.
Hmm. Uh, yeah. No, I'm a scalper. I bought Lorcana decks, and I plan on scalping them at some
Following in
point.
your brother's footsteps, I see.
Yeah, yeah. Learn from the best.
Very nice. All right, is that it? I think so.
I think so.
Okay, Cameron, finish this off here.
I have stuff. This
I
is not
figured
what I
that's
wanted
why
to
you were
show off, but I
pacing
have
around
stuff.
like the whole time since we started Collector's
Oh no, I was
Oh my
looking for the
gosh.
other stuff.
Oh.
I
stuff.
I bought $150 worth of Lorcana, and I can't find it.
Oh.
Uh,
that is spot on.
we I don't know where it ended up when we got home. So great, cool, awesome. That does not make me antsy at all. But while we were home, uh, since Cooper had to help clean out our uncle's stuff, I claimed stuff. I got a Wiimote and a classic controller that needs cleaning. I think you can see how yellow
Very
it
yellow.
is. Um,
That might
I have
also
two
potentially
Weebles.
be the plastic. I've seen a lot of those class controllers yellow on the sticks, especially.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm sure it would look better with a good hot rag.
Yeah. So I got those. Got Lorcana that I have no idea where it ended up. Played Splatoon. They started the new season. Played Tetris 99 because they were doing a Mario event. No, they were doing a Wario event. This week is a Mario event. Back to back. Very cool. Thank you, Tetris. Played Mario Kart. Once Mario Kart. It's been an expensive week.
Once a Mario Kart. All right, buddy.
But yeah, I continue to be bad at Tetris. I feel like
Real.
that's that's the actual. I actually played some Spider-Man before we left. Because we we played, or because we were home on Monday and then we left on Monday, so I played some Spider-Man before then. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I've not gotten back to it since we got home, but I've been busy. Yeah, it was a good week. I do need to go home more often.
True. I miss y'all.
Yeah.
All right. Fast Fay, what we got?
All right. Hang on. I'm in my kitchen.
Bruh.
All right, I got you good.
Had the soundboard ready for that one.
So we have Book 8 starting. New heroes: Laurent, Servia, Ingo, Valadar, and a special Lucina. And then we have Affinity Auto Battles, which is rival domains but automatic. I don't know if I've ever played rival domains.
It's like the
So-
really big one.
That's the PvP one, isn't it?
No. It's
No?
you know the one where it has like 400 characters basically. When you take over the castles, like in the corners of the
Yeah.
map. Yeah. It's that one.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Alrighty. Interesting tidbits. Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Switch physical copy was announced for the U.S. I guess I need to cancel. Can I cancel PlayAsia orders?
They get really
you-
mad.
If you lie to them, you can.
If I lie to them,
That's how
I
I-
can.
That's how I got out of mine.
Yeah, but then you can't really do another
Order
order with them.
at your current address, anyways.
Well, the pre-order price was what, $50 on Amazon?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll probably just keep it because I don't really know if I want to fool with trying to cancel that, and it's also $10 cheaper on PlayAsia, so the shipping is slightly subsidized.
Yeah.
I don't know. My other Ace Apollo trilogy is Japanese, so I might as well have both of them Japanese. Cool. I've been so excited to read this headline. Cult of the Lamb Twitter claims to add sex to the game if they reach 300,000 followers by the end of the year. They got it within it felt like 30 seconds, but I mean, it was within like a day or two. As of this recording, they have 546,000 followers, and they are holding to their commitment and supposedly working on it now. It's not going to change the age rating of the game, so we'll be very interested to see how this turns out. But sex is coming to Cult of the
Will
Lamb.
it not change?
W.
It's going to be some BS. It has to be if it's not going to change.
Oh
the age
yeah.
rating.
Is it like Stardust?
Sims. Woo.
No, Sims affects its age rating. Sims is why
Oh,
it's
does it?
Sims.
Ah, interesting.
Lego is doing a Fortnite crossover starting on Thursday on the 7th. Yay. Another crossover with Fortnite. Alan Wake 2 wins Time's Game of the Year. You know, Time Magazine. Gaming subscription, obviously. I'm not really surprised. As much as I've shat on Alan Wake 2 these past couple weeks, it seems, I mean, a lot of people, like, if you're into Alan Wake, if that's your thing, people seem to love the hell out of this game. So, I don't know. I guess, like, recency, I still think the recency bias is a valid argument. But at least there's more than just, like, oh, it's a new Rockstar. Like, it's a pretty story-heavy game. That's, so, like, I don't know. I'm sure it's not undeserving, is my point. Alex Jones releases a video game called New World Order Wars. This headline I did not think was real. It features an avatar that looks like Alex Jones, wielding a machine gun and fighting all
Terrifying.
sorts of characters representative of what White Ringers consider their enemies. He guns down a saxophone-playing Bill Clinton, gets followed around by a superhero version of Trump, and frees a bunch of bearded, MAGA shirt-wearing men from, quote, big tech jail, guarded by the, quote, thought police, while screaming, quote, let's free the patriots. There's also a moment where he attacks a, quote, Nazi dragon with George Soros' face, as if modern Nazis haven't consistently aligned themselves with a conservative right, but of course it's better to pretend otherwise. Much of the trailer sees the Jones character firing at animals pointedly marked in rainbow colors. Love that. Yeah, love all of this. I love every part about this. The New World Order Wars. I wonder. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is not available on console.
You think?
If I just had to guess.
Just maybe.
Yeah, that's whack. Okay. Tears of the Kingdom is Yahoo Japan's most searched video game of 2023. I'm not shocked. I mean, like, everybody Googled stuff about that game. There's no way. Cameron, have you still not found the Korak guy yet?
I have not.
Yeah.
I also haven't
Everybody's
played in a
Googled
couple
stuff.
months.
Everybody's Googled stuff about this game. I would have Googled it if I didn't just happen upon him.
Twice.
Very early
You
on.
happened upon him twice.
Yeah. And the second time was really easy. It was because it's somewhere you go a lot already. But, yeah, like, I would have for sure Googled that if I hadn't found him that day.
It's like, I need storage.
Yes. An Arizona mom claims video game companies are intentionally addicting kids. Now, this is the point that I put in here when we were talking earlier about the U.S. kids want game subscriptions and virtual currency over more than games this Christmas. Because intentionally addicting kids. Intentionally might be a bit of a wrong word. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be like, oh, the companies are just trying to make some money. What happened to a little capitalism? I'm not defending the companies here. What I am saying is that it's not, and it wasn't the desired effect, but it was the effect. Like, kind of like how manslaughter is like unintentional murder. Like, well, you might have not meant to, but the guy's dead. So, you know, you're getting
Someone has
charged
got to
for
be blamed here.
Yeah, like, I know you didn't intend to get kids addicted to gambling, but we're here. So, I think there's some,
Which is why we
for
have
sure,
rules now.
Yeah, I think there's for sure base on that argument, especially because, like, how much of the world now considers loot boxes like for real gambling? Like, isn't the entire EU agreed that that's gambling? Everybody's on the same
Yeah,
page except for America, because we're just blissfully ignorant over here.
I think that's putting it too lightly, but that's not for this show.
Intentionally ignorant. This is intent. Yeah, that's when you use intentionally ignorant or just purposefully. Screw it. It makes more money. So yeah, I'm not shocked kids want more fake money for the game so they can gamble. What's the meme about, like, the template's been used for a bunch of stuff, but it's like gamblers on their way to gamble their last $20 because that's how they're going to win it all back or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, 90% of gamblers quit right before they're about to win it all. That's it. Yeah. There it is. Yeah. Great. We're addicted to kids. I mean, kids are already addicted to it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying though, like, you can lose 100% of your money, but you can gain 1,000%. Like,
Big brain.
You can also lose
No.
1,000% of your money.
Not if you only play with the amount that you start with.
And that
Exactly.
reasoning is why I hate gambling so fucking much. Everybody, I was arguing with one of my buddies up here like last week about this. They're like, "Bro, I could just set a limit. You just go in, and it's like so much fun." And I'm like, "To
The only
lose
way
my
you set a
money,
limit.
like period.
the
I just lose my
the
money."
only way
They,
you like set a limit is if you straight up do not bring any way to give yourself more money.
Yeah.
Grant's also like, I'm a member of this podcast. Everyone here has addictive personality disorder. I don't need gambling to be.
like,
One of those.
well, like that's my reasoning for why I don't get into like Magic or like Pokemon cards, because of that exact reason. But gambling, it's not because I'm afraid I'm gonna get addicted to it. It's because it's the stupidest fuck. Like you're just going there to
mean-
lose money, and you get a thrill ride from watching your number tick down, number go down.
No,
And-
oh my god,
and sometimes you get free drinks. And like the Percy Jackson movie taught us everything we needed to know about gambling. The Lotus Flower, everything you need to know about gambling is encapsulated in that 10-minute sequence in the movie. It's all a scam. They're all trying to psyop you to stay here longer. That's why there's no clocks around, and that's why they give you
No
free
windows.
drinks. No
Yeah.
windows. Yeah, it's a scam, and like there's everything about a casino is psychologically designed to make you lose and to make you spend more money. Like, why would I? It's openly like fraud. It's a scam. It's an open. It's like the one pyramid scheme that we're okay with. Like everybody's
one
For
with
some
makes
the-
fun
reason.
of Mary Kate, but gambling is fine.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I don't sports
Like-
bet. Same reason.
Oh yeah, dude. Especially on Auburn, bro. I don't know how people bet on Auburn.
Did I tell you one of my buddies bet on Auburn on the Iron Bowl?
Dude, some of my coworkers did, and I was like, bro, you are stupid.
Yeah.
You are actually stupid.
Cooper's like, I'm an Auburn fan, and even I wanted to have taken that.
Yeah, no.
If you're a real Auburn fan, you know not to bet on Auburn. That's how you tell a
Yeah.
real Auburn fan, because you know that. Look, how many people bet on Auburn, New Mexico State, Auburn by 50? Because you're supposed to. We were supposed to.
Yeah, yeah.
And no, because we're
Bet
Auburn.
on New
Yeah.
Mexico.
Okay, to be fair to Auburn, they did almost win the Iron Bowl, and then they fucked it up in the last minute.
Yeah, but you know what almost means? Not. They didn't.
Not.
No.
And
Exactly.
everybody
the
lost their
final
money.
score is almost because that final touchdown got removed from Bama.
Well, yeah, because that was just.
True.
I mean, that last score doesn't matter anyway. That last 30 seconds was probably the worst attempt at trying to throw a Hail Mary I've ever seen. Sack, fumble.
We can't get around.
Yeah, let the ball sit there for 15 seconds and everyone's just like already
He's
giving up.
tying. He's tying his shoe. He's going in out to get some smokes. Like,
Dude, if I was Peyton Thorne, I literally would have lit up a Newport right there while the clock was still running before the game was over. Just give me a pack. God. Yeah, don't bet on Auburn. Don't gamble in general. Don't
Mm-mm.
sports bet. Everybody that I know up here that is sports betted has either lost a bunch of money on the long run, or come out basically even, give or take. So why?
not worth it.
Not
Because
worth it.
if you gamble, then you're gonna like when you win, you're not gonna stop. So
No.
you're gonna lose your money. So best case,
But-
you have a net
You-
zero, which sure you got the thrill, but also that means you got the disappointment of watching all that money you earned go away.
That's how it was when we did the GameStop stocks and AMC. I was like, and then I just waited until it went back to net zero. So I was like, good enough.
Yeah,
Give me my money back.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's so stupid.
it really is. Like, and one of my favorite memes is like, what was it? It was like, I don't know how people lose all their money gambling. I lost $5. I'm ready to burn this whole place down.
I remember.
Me.
I remember one time when I was younger and my dad and I were on vacation, and usually we would always buy lottery tickets because leaving Alabama. And
Yeah.
we bought a lottery ticket, won $10. Went back, bought 2 more with the $10. So currently
Lost both.
net $5 because the first ticket
Huge.
lost both.
Oh.
So I lost $5. That was the end. That's the end of that. And I think about that a lot because it's a good reminder of like the gambling is so stupid. Everybody, more people bought lottery tickets when it was at $1 billion than people that voted in the last presidential election.
Yes,
Oh my gosh.
because if you win, you're set.
Yeah, but like the odds of you winning are
That's
not
it.
good.
If you're you can't put enough emphasis on that.
I mean,
if.
I
That's
can't.
the biggest if
To be
in
fair,
any sentence.
To be fair, I can't say much. I did buy some lottery tickets for that, but like,
Yeah, half the country did.
yeah, like, and one person won on it. It was not me.
Yeah,
I would
no,
be doing.
thanks.
If I won, I think the show would be going a lot more often. It would be actually at least weekly, if we had that kind of money.
I wish.
I'm a big numbers guy. Fully believe in statistics. And and the numbers don't lie, and all the numbers say don't gamble. So I'm gonna not. The numbers also say to not ram your car into a wall at 70 miles an hour. So guess what? I'm not. It's cut and dry as that.
They're also starting to say don't live in Florida, but I've got 10 years.
So Epic this is in here twice. Well, never mind. We'll talk about that in a second. There is a new story mode coming to Vampire Survivors, but only for PC and Xbox. The mobile and Switch ports will get it soon. They said coming soon, but the update for PC and Xbox comes out tomorrow. And it's a new story mode, so that's super exciting. This has been the best $4 I've ever invested.
Alex would have to agree
Honestly,
because
PC
he's been
doesn't
playing it like
surprise me, but like, Xbox over Switch surprises me. I get it's been out there longer, but like,
it's probably because I bet the Switch version is based off the mobile version, which is just a different development environment than PC and or standard console. So, it's not that like
that's how a lot of games set up.
if it was a Switch developed game and not a mobile developed game that's on Switch, then it probably would come out at the same time as the other platforms. But since it's the mobile version, typically that's how the mobile version gets shafted, so the Switch is going to get the same way.
True. I cannot imagine playing that on mobile.
Oh, yeah.
Nightmare. Stardew Valley Festival of Seasons concert tour was announced. Most of the tickets are already sold out. There's a couple that go live within the coming days. It expanded huge from what they originally announced, and tickets for Atlanta go on sale Friday. I'm really tempted, but I'm pretty sure not only is that instantly going to sell out, but it's probably going to be more expensive, and it's also on like a Sunday night. But I don't know. That would
Probably
be
at the Fox.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly where they said it was, but all I do know is that if I don't go, I'm definitely going to watch that.
Somebody's going to record it.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Concerned Ape also tweeted about Stardew Valley, saying, quote, "A ton of progress on 1.6 last month. It's self-imposed extreme crunch mode, nose to the grindstone raw nose mode." That's a lot of descriptions for a
raw
nose to the grindstone raw nose mode. That sounds like Skibbity Toilet Got Riz in Ohio talk. And one of the additions he shared, he said he's keeping mostly everything secret, but he did share big chests, which are twice as big as normal chests, but take up the same amount of space. That's the update I like to see. I have like 12 chests outside my house. I have 2 more in my processing barn and 4 more in my house. of different stuff, so that'll be much appreciated. Very excited for that update. Batman Arkham Knight is unplayable on Switch.
Let's go.
Why are we doing this? Stop.
Get some help.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously, get some help. Why are you putting this out?
Actually, get some help. If Doom can run as well as it can, then why are you failing?
Who owns the Batman Arkham games? Is that EA or Ubisoft?
Warner Brothers.
That makes more sense than EA or Ubisoft, honestly.
The painful thing is that was one of
Ubisoft
their.
made or Arkham Origins, but the other, I think. Hold on.
The painful part is this was one of the big third-party announcements at the September Direct.
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry, I was wrong. Warner Brothers Games Montreal made Arkham Origins.
There's a lot of game studios in Montreal.
And the rest were all made by Rocksteady, which is, Warner Brothers company.
Okay. Well, yay, a Batman game that's coming to Switch, but you don't want it.
Pain. This is look, I
So
don't
not
have to support
a
the
Batman
platform
game.
if nobody buys my game because it runs poorly when they actually put any effort into it. But nobody's buying my game, so I'm not going to make any more games for your system, Nintendo.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd also like to point out that this game came out in 2015.
Not
There's
a
literally
Batman game. The
no
Batman
reason.
game.
There's
Doom,
literally
Released
no
in
reason it shouldn't be able to run well.
yeah,
2009, 2011, and 2015. Woo!
Look, this is
and Cameron, you
this
gave
is
a
the
great example.
same.
If Doom can run, why does this not?
Doom
Doom
was-
Eternal can run. The new one.
Yeah.
Not the
Because
one
it was
from
ported
2016.
because it was ported well.
Yeah, it took
Look,
a little
I
bit.
know.
It took a little bit of work. That's why they delayed it on Switch. They're like, it's kind of hard, and I take that answer. Yeah, I understand. When you design a console, you design a
Look.
game for high consoles, you gotta put a lot of effort
Okay.
into it. Come on, man.
Better, but well, maybe not better, but similar vein. Hogwarts Legacy runs on the Switch. It may not run well compared to the other platforms, but that is a current gen game, and it runs on the Switch, and it nobody's complained about it doing poorly on it. It has load times, like, but a game from 2009 should not have load times.
No.
Well, technically, it's not the 2009 version. It's
Still.
the 2016 version. Yay!
Still,
Ugh.
it's this is the same vibe I get from Square, just instead of everything except Kingdom Hearts 3 being
No, this is
you know
worse. Because at least
it
they're
is.
like,
We'll do
go.
streaming bad, streaming very bad, but
I would
like,
rather have streaming.
I'd rather have streaming
Yeah.
than a game that you put zero effort into porting.
A game that is unplayable.
Look,
I'd like to play the
adding
game, please.
adding Robert Pattinson's suit exclusively to the Switch version apparently fucked all three versions of the Arkham trilogy.
Great.
Awesome.
Jesus. English dub for Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, is coming in December via a free update.
Good. That's quicker than I thought they would turn it out.
Yeah, I
honestly.
remember when we talked
And
about
they
that not
put-
happening at first. I'm glad. Yeah, it is pretty
Yeah.
quick.
And it's a free update too.
Okay, so now the Epic thing. So Epic gave some reasoning as to why they haven't sued console manufacturers, Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, over the fee, the 30% fee they charge when they've been suing Apple and Google. So they, let's see, So The Verge is reporting that during the trial of Epic v. Google, they reported that the court heard a taped deposition from Epic's chief CFO, Randy Gelber, explaining why the company is only targeting mobile platform holders. Quote, "We believe those consoles to be competitive markets, and we believe that the fee, their cost structure, is entirely different than a mobile app store." And this is in a recording from September of last year. Gelber was then pressed on how the cost structure for Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft is different from that of Google or Apple. Quote, "Well, they subsidize hardware, so they sell their hardware, as far as I can tell from widely published reports, at a loss, and so the fee needs to cover that." Quote, "Mobile apps are typically low in size, and their costs are higher, and I think their customer service costs are higher because people don't call Google about apps, they call the developer generally."
Yeah.
So I am hesitantly agreeing with this take. Hesitantly.
Well, also you got to remember what I agree with his take. This is a smart PR thing, but they
It's a
aren't
very
gonna
fine
screw over
line.
the console ones because Nintendo, especially Nintendo, would be petty enough to be like, we just won't use Unreal anymore.
True.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they're making money.
And also, yeah, Nintendo sells their consoles at a profit.
Yeah.
Or at least
But if they were to come
they're-
after them, they'd be like, okay, no more for you.
Yeah, like it's open that Nintendo's openly said that they make money on every console, and that Sony and Microsoft have both also openly said that they sell their consoles at a loss. That's kind of how that structure's been for a couple generations now. So the Nintendo one kind of falls apart because it's like whatever, but I think it's just because they like the there's a couple differences. The mobile market is made up of way more than two manufacturers. Like there's iPhone, and then there's Google, but there's also Samsung. There's also OnePlus. There's also Huawei. There's also what's the one I'm thinking of? I almost said HTC. That died a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
God, what is it? I don't know. Can't think of it. But then there's also like Asus makes phones, Razer makes phones. I don't know if they still do. I remember when they did. I haven't heard anything about those phones in a while. Like so many people make phones, and it's all over the place. And the install base of apps, not just Fortnite, but apps in general, is just way bigger. Like everybody has a phone. We track sales of consoles in like, tens of millions, but literally everybody has a phone. More people have a phone than access to clean water. That's like a pretty known stat.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
I mean, you're talking about way like Epic. I bet what the real reasoning is that Epic knows it's probably already a losing battle to fight the console manufacturers, and the install base slash current player base slash the amount of money you're gonna get out of changing the rules on the console platforms is so much smaller compared to what you'd get from fighting on a phone platform, because the money is just exponentially larger.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that's the real reason. But if this is true, and I doubt it is because nothing in court is true,
That's a
then
very
it's a good
good.
take. Yeah, dude,
Mhm.
going to court is like it's like a lying match. It's a who can tell white lies better. Literally, lawyer's job is to lie.
Legally, I'm telling the truth. But you see, if you read the lines, I'm not telling the truth.
Yeah.
But legally, by all accounts, you cannot prove me wrong
There's
unless you can prove me wrong. If you can prove me wrong, I'm screwed.
a YouTube channel I probably talked about before called Oversimplified that does like
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys
I've
probably
been
know about it.
recommended him a
He's
couple
pretty
times.
popular. The video he did on Prohibition when he talked about Al Capone and how Al Capone murdered people all the time, and he would talk about it, but not really, like not in an incriminating way. He'd be like, I just made sure he wouldn't mess with the business anymore. So you murdered him. Whoa, 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 whoa! Look at you with the big
Nobody
words.
said
Nobody said anything about
murder.
murder. I just helped him, retire from life. So you murdered him. Whoa! Yeah, but I mean, I'm more confident in my answer. I really think the real reason is that they just know that the money that they're going to get from fighting Sony or whoever is nothing compared to fighting the iPhone user base or the Android user base. Like that's just exponentially bigger, orders of magnitude.
But also, even without, like, it goes back to if they screw with the big three, they will not pay. The big three will not pay for Unreal. They stop paying for Unreal. That's it. Unreal is dead.
Game set match, dude.
Like, yeah, because they changed their pricing structure for they they changed the pricing structure a couple months back, and everyone got mad about it, right? Am I remember it?
Yeah.
That yeah.
Well, they
Or
changed
no,
it.
that
And
was
they changed
that
it
was
again.
that was wait, no. That wasn't Unreal. That was the 2D one. Is that
the 2D.
Alex?
It
What's the?
also starts with a U.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting them confused.
Unity.
But it's Unity.
Unity.
Yeah. That's why. Okay, that's why I had them.
Unity
conflated.
does have 3D though.
I don't feel like people use it for 3D. Okay.
I'm pretty sure Christmas Massacre was made in Unity.
Oh, that's a pain. Bringing it full circle. But okay. It really okay. Even without the pricing structure thing, the money that those three bring in for their Unreal projects is more than any of the indie devs will realistically ever give them. So they're not going to mess with them because they'd lose free money.
Yeah. Also,
and also free advertising.
Yeah. Like, there's no need to burn that bridge.
No.
Game console. What's the word? We're really drawing a blank on words this evening.
Words are hard.
Legally, consoles and phones are just a whole different thing, and you can't really burn a bridge with Apple or Google because to a certain point the law will step in when it comes to mobile phones because literally everybody has one. But no one's gonna give a damn about the consoles because it's just way less people use it. It's not as important, and like there's so many other things besides Fortnite. Like Fortnite's not the biggest thing on console, but it basically is the biggest thing on mobile phones besides like gacha games.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just there's no reason to burn that bridge. It's good. You're gonna lose that fight, and it's gonna burn you in the long run because now you're not gonna be able to develop actual games anymore. And not to mention like Rocket League base gone. Huge there. I mean, like, ugh.
Easy. I mean, look at Cooper. Cooper hadn't even played it in a while, and he still came in and bought the Lightning McQueen set.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's Lightning McQueen, bro. You gotta buy that.
I mean, you don't have to.
Epic
You
loves
don't have
Cooper.
to. They do. Bro, I almost considered downloading Fortnite, even though I've never played, because Peter Griffin's kind of funny, and also the Lego crossover.
Isn't that a paid thing? How is that working?
I don't know.
I didn't really understand how those game modes are working.
I think it's a separate mode from the normal one.
I know that's also the Rocket League thing.
Yeah, but I'm not 100 on it.
Oh well. Interesting quotes though. Capcom confirms
yeah.
that more Resident Evil remakes are coming. We've got some rumors about Resident Evil Code Veronica remake coming up in just a bit. So that's exciting. Love to see that. Go Capcom. Chad Capcom.
Let's go.
GTA Definitive Edition is coming to Netflix. Great. That game, did they ever fix that game? I remember when it came out last year and it was just absolutely busted. And
What?
oh no, GTA Definitive, wait. GTA Definitive Edition. What is that? I was thinking of GTA Trilogy Definitive
No,
Edition.
this is something involving the original, I think.
Netflix. Let's see. GTA. Oh no, it is the trilogy. Grand Theft Auto: The Trilogy,
wow.
the Definitive Edition, is set to launch for Netflix subscribers on December 14th. Did they ever fix that game? Let me see.
No, they too can enjoy the Iron Donut.
I typed in "did they fix" and the first game was Cyberpunk 2077.
Well, that one, yes.
That one they did fix, yeah. They fixed most of the major issues. Keywords there: most and major. They're
That's a
playable
lot of
but still
issues.
problematic. 3 Definitive is the only one worth getting since the original is pretty difficult to play.
Pain.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Great. Thanks, Netflix. Can't wait.
Amazing.
Xbox explains why it doesn't reveal console sales anymore. Let me take a wild guess.
All right, contestant number 1. What do you think, Cooper? I think we are all in agreement that it's because their sales are bad.
Nah.
So, spoiler warning: we're correct, but it's business speak. You got to say it better than that. Their sales aren't bad. It's just that a unit
They're underperforming.
A unit sales number alone does not provide the clearest picture of how the Xbox brand is performing overall.
Yeah, but don't forget when they were bragging all the time during the 360 days. Look how we're outperforming the PS3
You know,
until they lost
if they
in
had
like
good
the last
sales,
year.
they would reveal good sales.
We're not underperforming. We're just not showing our sales numbers. Please do not look behind the curtain.
Yeah, this is like Wizard of Oz BS. So basically, they say that Xbox as a platform is more than consoles. Pause.
Okay.
Let's take that in. Xbox is not just a platform. It's not just a console.
Okay. It's not just a box, guys.
It's not a box with an X on
it. It's a brand. Brand synergy says that the box does not have to perform well to make us money.
Yeah. That they say that also console sales aren't a good way to measure the brand success in terms of Game Pass and PC gaming and xCloud and stuff. And if anything, this leads us to our point that we said earlier of Microsoft is digital future. So yeah, I mean,
look, if we can't use anything to determine how well the Xbox brand is doing as a whole, then what are we supposed to be basing like it doing well on?
Yeah, I mean, look, if it looks like shit and it smells like shit, it's shit. You can call it whatever you want. Like, words don't mean anything, but
words are just things we made up.
People hide things when they're not proud of them. That's how it is. This is why your dog hides in the corner after he tore up the couch. every beings do this when they get caught and they're not, or they do something they're not supposed to do, or they're not doing well. This is why kids don't want to show you their report cards when they get a bad grade, because it's not about the grade. It doesn't reflect how I'm doing overall.
It's about
If you look at the big picture,
I'm also not doing well. Mentally, physically, emotionally.
yeah, things are worse actually.
This is how Microsoft is sounding right now.
Yeah.
Like, and I get it, right? It's just specifically, it is only the Xbox brand that is, this is not, our numbers are not, indicative of how well the brand is doing. But like, it doesn't matter. They're charging full steam ahead to an all digital future, anyways. So
yeah.
they're just playing the long game until they think they can get what they want.
Yeah. All right. Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis has been published to Steam. Woo.
Yay.
And the Mario movie is now also on Netflix. See, Netflix, this is what you're here for. Take away the GTA Definitive Edition. It's trash. Why you? I just want to go to one board meeting at Netflix, just one. I won't say anything unless I'm allowed to, and I won't be inappropriate. I'll be civil. I'll be
They
cordial.
will.
I'll be businesslike.
Somebody,
I'll wear a
look.
suit. I'll get my shoes polished and shit.
I don't
I'll do the
wear a
whole thing. But I just want to go to one. I gotta hear what the
somebody
thought process
approved
is.
cuties on the Netflix board of approvals. So like, yeah, you really gotta question what kind of freaks are on that.
I don't even know if freaks might be inappropriate, just like idiots.
True.
Maybe both. You can be both. Those are not mutually exclusive.
Those are there's definitely an overlap
Venn
in
diagram.
the circles.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of big Venn diagram between that. It's the edges that aren't.
Yeah. Old but still interesting tidbit for the week. So for PS1 and PS2 games, the original prints of the game have colored manuals, but if you buy the greatest hits version of the game, they're printed in black and white. And fun fact, you can still buy brand new copies of Final Fantasy games on PS1 from Square Enix. Which
you can do the same with Kingdom Hearts as well.
Yeah, that tidbit reminded me of that. Like, oh, that makes sense now that they're printing them in black and white because they're greatest hits. Back in the day, I don't understand as much, but just a fun little note. That was a really good one. Courtesy of Alex this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, rumors. Nintendo Switch 2, it's back. It was gone for like 2 or 3 weeks. That was a long stretch. Nintendo Switch 2 could feature Samsung OLED displays, which we've gone back and forth on, and also release ahead of schedule. I don't know about that, but the Nintendo Switch 2 could also be the rumored Nintendo Switch Mini, which has kind of been a more interesting rumor to me, just because it's something that nobody was expecting, and it makes me want to believe it, because that's what Nintendo does, right? They do the thing that nobody had a clue. But it's still just a rumor. So with the original rumor, Switch 2 OLED rumor potentially resurfaces, helping multiple SKU theory become more credible. A recent article from Korean language news site Chosun Biz, which is now available in English, has created the suggestion that the Switch 2 could come with an OLED panel. The article itself focuses on industry decisions made in regard to the selection of panels from either BOE or Samsung Display, something both Valve with its Steam Deck and Nintendo have apparently had to make before. It appears that Samsung Display is accusing BOE of allegedly getting hold of some of the former company's OLED trade secrets, and that the legal issues will ensue. And also, they have given Valve and Nintendo pause for thought. So Nintendo is supposedly looking at Samsung Displays to support next-generation OLED panels for various IT devices. Obviously, this could mean supplying panels for the current Switch OLED model, but the term next generation used here does seem to indicate a future, quote, IT device. So, what do we learn? Nothing.
Nothing. Ever.
This Nintendo Switch with an OLED screen does in fact have an OLED screen in it. And, funny enough, Nintendo had to
They produce
source
them.
those OLED screens from a manufacturer that produces OLED screens. This is great
Ooh.
news. This changes everything.
Breaking news, guys.
What's the last rumor we had about the Switch 2 was that it wasn't going to be OLED?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Again. If you look at the tally, it doesn't make sense.
The Switch could be fucking anything. We have no idea. The Switch 2 could be a PlayStation 5.
This is the Switch 2, guys. This is Switch 2.
It's a tube of
Piece
orange
of
gel.
cardboard.
Oh my god. The Switch 2 could literally be a fucking frozen pizza and we wouldn't have a clue. Okay, now, the Switch Mini. Let's see. It seems to be a smaller version of the Switch or the Switch 2 and more compact than the Switch Lite. Nintendo might call it the Switch Mini, the Switch Micro, or the
Game
Switch
Boy?
Pocket. So, an account on X, previously known as Twitter, that goes by Nash Weedle, sounds like a trustworthy name to me, has revealed patents of an unreleased product from Nintendo that looks like the Switch. However, there are at least 5 differences between the two devices which hint that it is a smaller version of the Switch/Switch 2 and more compact than the Switch Lite. For starters, one of the patents that reveals that the R, L, ZR, ZL, home, and capture buttons in different positions. This change, according to the post, saves a lot of space and makes the device compact.
Mhm.
Nintendo has used magnets to attach a protective cover to the back or the front of or display of the device. So it's kind of got like a case sort of kind of built in. That sounds believable because the Asian market loves phones with those magnetic cover thingies. And I know it's not like just the Asian market has those. I mean, like my uncle has one of those on his phone. But like that's where that all started. You know, like I don't know how to sound this without sounding racist. I'm not being racist. Second, I can't remember anybody that wasn't Asian that I knew with one of these phone cover things. So I believe that patent a lot because if anybody's going to build in a screen protector, it's Japan. For sure.
Are you talking about the ones where you
Yeah.
you either stare straight on and can see, but if you're looking at an angle, it's...
No, that's like in doctor's offices, like that kind of panel thing. I know what you're talking about. But no, like it's like on your phone, like the case has a flip cover that magnetically latches to the side and will cover the screen, and then you fold it around to the back when you're using it. So that way it protects the
Yeah.
screen when you're not using it.
Yeah.
And it's like built into the case. Yeah, so it'd be like that. And then also a bunch of gobbledygook about compact cooling and updated cooling system. The leak claims that Nintendo will launch the Switch Mini, which is bold for a string of tweets containing patents and nothing else. The leak claims that they will launch this mini micro pocket Switch on February 16th, 2024, with a price tag of $161. Unfortunately, there's no evidence to support the launch date and the price of the device, so these things should be taken with a pinch of salt. That being said, Nintendo seems to have 2 new handheld gaming consoles in the pipeline. So what do we learn?
Nothing. Less than nothing.
Nintendo is working on stuff.
Patents mean nothing until we actually see literally anything from them.
Yep.
Great. I love Switch 2 rumors.
Yay.
Also,
Switch 2 rumors might be more schizo posting than anything else I've ever seen.
True.
Yeah.
Also, it's kind of worthless to have a console launch in February when everyone's still recovering from the holidays.
Yeah.
Terrible time.
Also, fiscal year doesn't line up.
No.
Why-
So March, like the first one.
Sega has been teasing that they have announcements for the Game Awards, so we'll get to see what they have to say. Can't wait to see what that is. Hopefully, it's not trash.
On
Cool.
Thursday.
Jeff Grubb is reporting that there will be a lot of new IPs and cool stuff from third parties at the Game Awards. So this better not be a bunch of stupid hype. I hope we actually see stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out on Thursday.
Yep. I don't think this is a rumor, but sure, Peter Griffin is coming to Fortnite. I think that's confirmed. That's been a
Yeah.
thing. And Snake is coming to Fortnite. Is that the rumor?
Yeah.
No, both are
This
real.
is-
both are real.
Both
Those
When
are
I
been
grabbed
confirmed.
them, it was a rumor.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Peter Griffin and
This-
Snake in Fortnite. Woo, holy crap.
This is
Ooh, a
also
son in
why. This is also why Epic isn't suing the console companies, because you anger them, you're going to anger the third parties, and then you have no support for Fortnite, and Fortnite will not be able to
Facts.
continue their expansion of acquiring every single IP on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knights of the Old Republic remake is still alive, according to Jason Schreier. Okay. I'll believe that when I see it.
So never.
Okay, so this is a lot of poorly written 4chan stuff about Resident Evil Code Veronica because they are not English speaking,
Mm-hmm.
Japanese. My friend helps me to write it as best as I can. That's what he says. He was a tester during a recent playtest of Biohazard Code RE Veronica. Obviously, Resident Evil Code Veronica in the West. I'm going to share some info about the project. It is 4chan. I think it will be unnoticed long. I don't know if he meant to
As
say.
in,
Like he
I
thought
think
that people-
deleted.
Oh. Okay. It's a story about Claire Redfield on Rockford Island, third-person game similar to Biohazard Resident Evil 2, or just Resident Evil 2. I played only a short demo provided by the developers to test and give feedback to new mechanics. The game starts with a prologue where Claire remembers Raccoon City. We see explosions. Claire is looking for her brother. We start with a slow-paced tutorial section inside Umbrella Corp building. Players control Claire as she goes in some offices, and when she escapes from the guard, she's captured and sent to Rockfort. Prison area is vast with many cells and guard rooms. When the new character Ricardo lets her go, she encounters some military man in a black suit, but he is killed by falling debris from an explosion. The island is attacked. Claire escapes, but right at the end of the prison section, she meets with Steve in a cell, He asks her to let him out. Claire is hesitant, but decides that if he is against the corporation, then he is no enemy. Together, they escape and enter some kind of safe room. Here, the player can freely switch from Claire to Steve. Player can explore the next areas as any character. Each character has their own set of skills. Claire is better with knives, and her aim is better and faster at becoming a point aim. But Steve can fire 2 guns at the same time and run faster, but he cannot mix herbs and can throw knives from a distance at enemies. Claire is better with puzzles and can give player advice on how to solve them and see hidden items, sometimes. Steve can use stealth and knows some passwords in the complex. And the demo ends when they get the palace. And that's what we got.
Pretty cool.
I'm so ready to stop talking rumors about this game and see something actually.
And now
I feel like that's
Thursday?
for most
Yeah.
games, though.
Yeah, dude,
Please?
if they would announce this at the Game Awards, that'd be huge. That'd be a lot. That'd be really awesome. Please, Capcom, you're so Chad. I dab you up all the time. Come on, give me one. Give me this. Okay, so wrapping up the show here. Final game of the Game Awards predictions. We're not going to go through all of them because obviously we don't care about most of them, as you guys saw last week. But we'll hit the big ones here. Let's see. Let's just do the top 5 votes. So, starting with best score and music. Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Hi-Fi Rush, and Tears of the Kingdom. Either Alan Wake 2 or Baldur's Gate 3, I think.
I think Tears of the Kingdom could still take it, but it will be one of
Uh,
those three.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if Tears of the Kingdom deserves it, but it's definitely gonna. It's the only Nintendo game in there, so it's gonna have a lot of votes.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to vote for it because it's Tears of the Kingdom, but I think most
It,
people aren't solely because it's a lot of the same. It's just, I mean, this if there's one thing that
it's
didn't change from Breath of the Wild, it's the sound design. Like it's really
mm,
nothing.
and
We
it's
haven't been there,
it
done that.
works for the game,
Yeah.
but it's just
Oh yeah,
not.
it's great. I
It
mean,
is,
it's a great soundtrack. The design is awesome, and
but does it deserve to be?
yeah, kind of been there, done that.
You know, mhm.
Yeah.
I don't think Breath of the Wild won it either. I mean, like, it's not like I don't know. It's weird. The greatness of that score is based on how much it makes you feel like you're outside, like that, and that it plays with your actions in very very subtle ways. The music theory on that soundtrack is probably better than any of these games because it's incredibly complicated, but the end result is very mild. So like, and agree, it works
It,
great for the game. It's perfect for what the game is, but it's
but
not
it
really
does
changed from
not.
Breath of the
It does
Wild,
not make it.
and yeah, it's
That doesn't make it a good option. All things
uh,
considered.
I thought so. Since we're
Well, it not. I guess not like. It's still a good option, but it's not like. I don't. I don't. If this was like best, you know, I have to think about why this is the greatest. Then yeah, but like, that's not what this show's about.
I
yeah,
thought since we covered this discussion a lot last week, this was what we thought was going to be announced.
yeah. Dark Horse Hi-Fi Rush for sure. Um, would love to see that win. That'd be an
Absolutely.
awesome sleeper win.
That
But
that
don't
is the
think it's gonna
sleeper
win with
pick.
it. Best art
No,
direction:
it's up against a lot.
Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Mario Wonder, Tears of the Kingdom.
Uh,
Let's see.
once again, sleeper pick is Hi-Fi Rush.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it's not. It's it's not got a 100% unique because it's based on Jet Set Radio and games like that. But it is still one of the more unique art styles this gen.
Yeah, and it's a
Alan Wake,
it's a game we haven't seen in a while. So
like we said, last week, Alan Wake. mm, Yeah, no, you can throw any other random, uh, muddy, uh, third person game, and there's a 50-50 chance you can't pick out which one is which.
yeah, but to be honest, I
Like
wouldn't be surprised. I think the only things that aren't gonna win is Lies of P, probably. Really,
that, I
all of
don't even
these other
remember that
ones
one being
kind of
announced.
all these
Have a
other games.
chance.
Yeah, I mean, like Tears of the Kingdom is probably a weak argument because same to the sound design, been there, done that. But honestly, any other Mario Wonder, Alan Wake 2, or Hi-Fi Rush, I think could all win it.
I really hope it's Wonder Hi-Fi.
I'm gonna say,
Get some creativity back into the industry a
yeah.
little bit.
I'm gonna say Mario Wonder. And if it's not that, it's Alan Wake 2. That's my bet.
Sleeper pick once again.
Yeah, Hi-Fi
Alan,
Rush.
Hi-Fi. Alan, I don't. I really do not want Alan Wake to win the graphics department, but there's a decent chance.
I see it. Yeah.
It broke PCs, Cameron.
It's so beautiful.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
It is. It's not beautiful. It broke PCs.
Best narrative: Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, Final Fantasy 16, Spider-Man 2. Probably Baldur's Gate 3 is going to win this one. If there's one that I think Alan Wake is probably the most qualified to win, it's this one.
Probably this one.
So
Yeah.
Alan Wake 2 or Baldur's Gate 3 is my bet there.
Spider-Man once again, been there, done that. Like it's a really good story. I very much do want to get back into it. but
Yeah, I mean when we
that
say
doesn't mean
been there done that, it's only so much because they're
it.
still nominated here. Like they're we're
Yeah,
like so not that they're bad, but yeah, been there done that.
it's yeah, it's that have enough. The real problem is for a narrative category, you kind of have to play through at least a decent amount of the story to be able to determine the rankings, and we have not.
Yeah. But I mean, based on everything I've seen online, it's either going to be Baldur's Gate 3 because of how much people rave over that game, or like all the people I see talk about Alan Wake 2 in super high regard are people that are like video essay, big literature, big in the arts kind of people.
Yeah.
So narrative, I that might be a slam dunk for Alan Wake. I don't know. Sleeper hit Cyberpunk on this one. That would be a crazy redemption arc.
Sure.
Doubt it, but you never know.
You never know.
Best game direction: Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Mario Wonder, Tears of the Kingdom. Probably Baldur's Gate 3. I think that's going to be it. But this, I think anything except Spider-Man 2 all have basically equal shots. Alan Wake 2 and Baldur's Gate 3 are probably more likely to win than Mario or Zelda. But again, like I don't know. That one's a really hard one to choose. So
we talked about this last week, but being able to make 2D Mario feel unique is just an impressive feat on its own. And I would like to see it get credit where credit is due. I don't think it will, because even if it, even if it wins against some of the other devs, people are going to pick Zelda over Mario.
Yeah. And Zelda has that same argument that Mario does. And it's super similar because like it's the same game, but to take a game
Same
and
engine.
direct it and just totally change everything, like it's so, I don't know, like Spider-Man 2 feels the most copy paste, and I don't mean that in a bad way because you don't really change what's broken.
Yeah,
but I
you
can't
just
imagine
add
it
to
was
it.
that hard to direct that game compared to the others. Give credit where credit's due. They're a nominee. Great game, deserves to be here. But if there's one that I think is definitely not going to win, it's Spider-Man 2. I think that's the only bet I can really make.
Spider-Man 2 is just like there's so much lore to pull from. Like I feel like it almost has an easier time, like in a technical sense, just because it's not you're not having to build it completely from the ground up. Because even Zelda, like there's story beats that you want to hit, but it's not, you know, it's not got the legacy of characters that Spider-Man does to be able to pull and be like, here's Mysterio. Look at what Mysterio's doing. Here's whatever.
All right. Game of the year: Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Mario or Zelda.
I want it. I want it to be Mario, but Mario's not. Mario's not going to have the oomph that it needs compared to the other games. If a Nintendo game is going to win Game of the Year, it's Zelda.
Yep. I think my
I
original
think
bet.
Alan Wake and Baldur's Gate have
It,
Yeah, I agree with that. I think my original prediction stands. I'm going to hold to it that it's either going to be Baldur's Gate 3 or Zelda. If it's not, it's going to be Alan Wake.
I think those three are like in the tight competition to actually kind of sweep it.
Yeah.
I also wouldn't be surprised. Do you guys remember when we talked about this a lot, especially with recency bias? RDR2 came in and swept like every category it was in. But then when we got to Game of the Year, it was actually God of War. It was a
Yeah, I
different.
remember that.
It was a different game.
Yeah.
Which like we're all like what, and we're super happy for that. But I wouldn't be surprised if Alan Wake 2 sweeps everything, and then it's Baldur's Gate and or Zelda. For Game of the Year, I would not be surprised because I just don't like Alan Wake 2. The only thing it really has going for it is recency bias because I've seen people talk really highly of this game, but it didn't shut down the internet like Baldur's Gate or Zelda did. Everybody gave a damn about those games. Like you either played one or you played the other. So it has to be one of those two. If it's Alan Wake 2, it's full recency bias on this one specifically. Like it's and I want it to be Zelda, but I'm afraid it's probably Baldur's Gate 3. Because when you get the PC crowd that excited about a game, it's hard to fight that.
Yeah.
The Zelda fan base is a good weapon. It's probably one of the very few weapons that can beat that crowd. But will it?
Especially when it's fighting Mario, like dividing the base between Mario and Zelda is a very fickle thing. Wasn't this the same problem in 2017 though?
Yep. Zelda won.
Maybe we'll win again. But I feel like the competition is a lot steeper this year.
Let's see. But I remember in 2017. Yeah, in 2017, it was like obviously a lot more. Everybody was like, "Yeah, Breath of the Wild," because we hadn't been there, done that yet, and the competition outside of Mario was PUBG, Persona 5, and Horizon Zero Dawn, which just doesn't just in terms of hype and fan base doesn't hold a candle to Zelda. Like that one was clean cut. Yeah, Zelda's winning. This one.
I mean, I think Persona 5 had a chance, but it was the only one.
Persona 5 was the only one that would have had a chance out of those three.
Yeah. Well, and at the time, I wouldn't be surprised with PUBG either with how big that game was, but, like...
They made the right choice not giving it to PUBG.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well, that is going to end the show here for us this week. 2.5 freaking hours. Good God, we just don't know how to shut up. Thank you so much for listening. If you indeed made it this far, appreciate the support very much. Please share us with a friend. We post every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, youtube.com/StormwindGames. Anywhere that you get your podcasts, you can find us. Add us on Twitter at AllNightGamers with a K. Let us know who's going to win the Game Awards. Are you going to watch? Who are you pulling for? Who do you think's going to win? Who do you want to win? Let us know. Are you excited about GTA6? Do you think it's funny it's not till 2025? Do you think Xbox is stupid? Yes, you do. Let us know. And,
and if you don't, why?
Yeah, so we can bully you. And yeah, with that, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much. See you next week.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank y'all.
Bye.
Bye.